Welcome to Heal, Educate, Motivate, bringing to you a panel of friends who discuss about everyday life.
Hi everyone, this is Murakai. Welcome to Heal, Educate, Motivate. I'm here with my good buddy here, Burmz. Say what's up, Burmz.
Hey Murakai, how you doing?
Yeah, good mate, good. It's been a long time since we had the last podcast.
God, it's been a long time.
Yeah, ages. Today we've been thinking for a while to choose a topic for this session.
We've had this topic on lock.
The topic here is the bubble.
The bubble.
The bubble! What's the bubble, Burmz?
The bubble. Before we start with this bubble topic, it's kind of the bubble topic and the gratitude topic came at a time before what we're going through now. Been, the COVID
And the isolation.
even before everything, the riots. Well, 2020 has been an amazing year, let me just say.
Amazing changes, a lot of movements.
It's actually forced us more into the bubble, if you ask me. See, when we first thought of this topic, I was thinking it's something we need to get out of the bubble. Sometimes the bubble is like, for example, it's your comfort zone, right?
That's right.
We're too in our comfort zone, and a lot of the time it stops us from reaching outwards and
Accepting help, assistance if needed, honestly.
or just reaching goals and going through situations where we could grow and maybe meet somebody or build our dreams. And the bubble would kind of like
encloses you.
Depending on
The bubble is more like a technical way of saying your personal space, because like you have personal space for yourself. How far would you reach out of your personal space? Because what I notice is when I go to shopping centers, right, you can see it. You can see how the families huddle together, friends huddle together, even those that are not there with their family and friends and they're just walking through the center to do some shopping. Even they have bubble with them too. If you notice that.
Well, that's the thing. You can still be in a place outside of your bubble, out of your total bubble. But you can
out
also,
of your comfort zone.
Out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
But you can still have like a tiny bubble with you at the same time. Where, if you need to, where if things are disturbing you or affecting you in the outside world, you can still return to the bubble is not a negative thing. It can be, but it's always good to have a peaceful bubble with you.
An unhealthy bubble would be more like you stay so closed off from yourself and from society, and you wouldn't do anything unless something really pushes you out of your bubble.
That's right. And I think it is healthy to have a bubble with you at all times, but not just stay in one place, like your home, for example, and just make that your bubble where
an isolated bubble,
unless
living in this isolation, that
it's a psychological bubble, not really
not very healthy, because humans are social beings. Pretty much we are. And sometimes you'll notice that your bubble can expand when you have meetup groups or maybe a religious group gathering, or even some gatherings where you and others have a similar interest. You see?
That's right.
Good verbs.
Yeah, and so, the bubble, I was just reading an article on it today because I don't know if there's much information about this. How Much Space is Too Much by Dr. Vijay Nagaswamy.
Nice.
He busts myths about millennial relationships. A lot of the millennials nowadays, they're caught in their own bubble of being single because they find it too hard to deal with emotional problems,
emotional coping mechanisms,
and to have like a relationship and the issues that come about when you're in a relationship. It's hard for new people to deal with it, and I'm sure it's not just the millennials. I'm sure the generations before also had issues there, but we
Strangely, there's a correlation between the generations from further back to today. We actually find more of our youth a little more over vulnerable than they really meant to be. Because I have a cousin, when she was young, she plays one of those online games with other people, right? And this random person came up to her within a video game and said, "I'm gonna hack you." And she started crying and yelling and screaming. I'm thinking to myself, there's not really much logical thinking from her behalf, you see. And that's why the youth these days can appeal a little more. What's the proper word for it? Burmz?
was it vulnerable.
Vulnerable, yes.
They get affected more easily. I've been watching a bit of stand-up comedy recently.
Oh, nice.
And I came to know a new comedian. He's a Filipino comedian by the name of Joe Coy. And he's very funny.
Yeah, he's alright.
He calls the millennials pussies.
Yeah, we will not use such harsh words. We like to be nice and generalized.
I don't believe that. I think that I'm a millennial, so I'm dealing with this just as tough or even tougher issues than any of the other generations. And but it was quite funny the way he his way his parents were like very tough on him, he was saying like the millennials when their parents would like kind of shout at them or like talk bad to them, they would be like, they would get upset. Oh, I don't want to go home, my mom spoke bad about me. But then like he was saying, my parents always used to
it is interesting. I do believe that other people have noticed as well, even though they may have not voiced it like that comedian was said it. Yeah, but we noticed it. I mean, with me personally, as I was growing up, I had this philosophy about circles, right? There's a primary circle, which is the center, the secondary, which is around the primary, and tertiary, which is around the secondary. Now, how I work it is, when I go through life and I meet some friends, and when the friends of me and me are very close together, that friend comes into my primary circle. So that's like family and best friend. Okay? The secondary is my bestest friends. Okay? So because I just met them through my friends, I don't know them 100%, but they're alright because they're my best friends. The tertiary is pretty much exactly as you hear it, is my best friends, acquaintances. So I don't really know who these people are or how close I am to them. Like, they're tertiary friends, you see. So I treat each different circle of friends in a different manner, a different way, you see. And that's how I usually go about my bubble. You see how it's a circle, it's a bubble, you can see how it goes.
So the people you don't know are in the furthest bubble.
The furthest
not
bubble.
even in the bubble at all.
It's not in a bubble, it's a tertiary. It's the third hour ring,
Okay.
So, yeah, because like, even it was told online that if you have a friend for 7 years, they tend to be friends for life. Do you remember seeing that somewhere?
I think I've heard you actually mention it in the past. But that's interesting that you say that about the circles of friends.
Yeah.
So you think that the bubble is related to the circle of friends as well?
Well, it comes to a comfort zone.
Your comfort levels?
Yeah, the 3 rings of friendship. The way I brought that about was because I have a lot of people I hanged out with back in those days. I hanged out with so many different people, and eventually what occurred was these different levels of relationships. So I had to philosophize and summarize it down, and I told myself, listen, it's simply as that. Best friends, family, friends, and friends, and tertiary is just random people I don't really know.
That's interesting.
Yeah, circles of friendship. I'll call it the friendship circles.
Yeah, well, some people, maybe they don't have circles at all. Like, they're always, their bubble, everybody outside of themselves is in that tertiary zone.
Yeah, well,
do you know what I mean?
It's interesting because if you consider everyone that you don't know, I mean, you gotta know someone at least. You gotta have at least
oh yeah,
one
you
best
do
buddy.
know someone, but some people just don't like other people. They just
because they're stuck in their zone. They're stuck in that bubble.
Stuck in the zone, or maybe they don't. There's no trust for anybody out there in the world.
Well, they say life is one massive reflection of you. So if you don't trust yourself, you might not trust other people. You see? I remember once, me, you, and a few friends went to a kebab shop one night, right? And so we were there eating our kebabs, and this random guy asked us, "Are you guys friends?" He said. And we're like, "Yeah." And the guy continues and said, "I have no friends. None whatsoever." And he told us his story, and it was a bit sad.
Yeah,
it was a
that
bit
guy,
sad.
yeah.
But he told us his story, and we listened to him, and it was fascinating because he was asked to marry young, and he did it. He married young, you know. We're not going to go into his personal life, but that guy absolutely had no friends, as he spoke to us about. No friends at all. Yeah. And like I said, you can extend your bubble if you have a common denominator of interests. Or for example, if you're a business person and you want business friends, you will get them. You definitely will get them. What you have within, you push it out and you receive it. It's one of the basics of metaphysical psychology, you know? Yeah. Burmz?
Quite interesting. Well, I always tell people, you know, it's the bubble. You get so used to it, you know, that it's good to try different things and expose yourself to new situations, areas of the unknown. That's how you can
be for the unknown. That is the nail on the hit the nail on the head. The unknown.
The unknown. Yes.
Even it's very interesting about the unknown. Because we walk through our lives, and of course, a few scenarios will be presented to us, which is unknown to us. You know? Unless we try to keep our routine day the same, and we might get surprised here and there. But the unknown itself could be a very beautiful thing to discover. You see, let's say the unknown of you is having that beautiful relationship, but the problem is, you are scarred from past relationships. However it comes, everyone gets some point in time in their life with scarred relationships, and that is an unknown of you. Maybe a certain someone, you want to experience that, you know, but sometimes you're too afraid to experience it because it's just the unknown, you know, like, you know what I'm trying to say here, Burmz?
It's you know, like, it comes down to being comfortable, you know, being at home, being comfortable, having all your entertainment within reach. Now you can even just stay at home and still be in your bubble, but speak to people through technology. You know, like you could be on FaceTime or
Zoom.
Skype. You could be what's that? Switch, or was it?
Switch. Skype. No.
Or something where you could be gaming and then people are watching you.
Oh, Twitch, yes.
Twitching.
That's an online gaming platform.
My OnlyFans.
It's amazing as we move
And
forward
it's like
in
you
technology.
can get your social needs from those kind of situations, and you'll never leave the house.
I always was a person believer that technology is just a little bit too cold. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's just you and the computer and whoever's out there, observing or not. But technology is really cold. Like, technology is not gonna hug you back. You know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to say? Technology is not gonna hug you back. And as I was touching base before, you can go out and have meetup groups with people with a similar denominator, and I feel that is something very healthy if you guys do choose to go through that path. There's a website, meetup.com. You heard of that one?
Meetup. I've actually participated in one of them.
I have. I participate in maybe 3, 4 of them. It was really nice because you have that foundation, that similarity, that foundation there. Yeah.
You know, during the COVID, during this pandemic and
I try not to elaborate on these things, but yeah, keep going.
What's it called? The lockdown, right?
Yeah,
one of the...
Yes, we had a couple of months of lockdown. Yep.
Most of the world is going through lockdown. But one of the things that really went up in price, can you take a guess what I'm thinking about?
Something that went up in price.
To do with the topic that we're talking about now.
Go for it, bro. Something all ears.
Well, I was actually watching one of my favorite podcasts, the Joe Budden podcast, the JBP. It's one of my inspirations in the podcast arena. And, they usually, when they record their podcast, they all come together and they have a sound engineer, because Joe Budden was a rapper,
Yes.
as you know, when in the past, but he was very what can I say? He's disruptive, he doesn't conform. He's always been a one to go against the grain type thing.
Sure.
And he was in his first album, that I think they really pushed him to make it very commercial, but he's very artistic and very creative. So he was nah, I want to make artistic and underground kind of work and stuff. So he actually found a better career in the online arena, where he's doing media now, and he's doing his podcasts. And they're getting they have a very strong viewership, and they have a good fan base there where people regularly return and come and watch their podcast. And so from transitioning from rap into coming into podcasts, he's kept his engineer, which his engineer is also part of the show.
Right.
His name is Parks.
Sure.
So you have the three boys there, him and one of his good mates, Mal, from when he was young. He's also part of the music industry. And another guy too, Rory, which is he's a white guy.
It sounds like more of those things you see on TV, where you have a panel of people.
It's like a panel of talking, but they really talk good crap, It's just it's so random, but it's I don't know, it takes anything you could have been going on in your day, just really just takes you to a different place.
He takes a topic and presents it.
Yeah, and then they'll be talking about different things, but anyway, the main point is, that's a plug to them anyway, because I love those guys a lot.
Cool.
They've now, since they were on lockdown, they couldn't meet together at the Park's house, so
Yeah, sure.
they picked up Zoom.
Yeah, Zoom.
So they all had to get their own setups. So the thing that went up in price was the webcams.
Yep.
Did you know that?
Yeah, I've noticed it.
Webcam.
It wasn't very plain and obvious before, but yes, you're right. Webcams are quickly selling. The headsets, the headsets are. We have the headset and the microphone coming out.
That's it.
They were selling like hotcakes too.
Actually, I've never really. I mean, you never think about getting a webcam really. Most laptops and things have a small.
Yeah, it's called webcam. Yeah,
but it's not as nice as a proper high megapixel webcam.
Sometimes some people don't really use their
don't put their webcam.
They use these video camera type of things.
Yeah, like a video cam.
Yeah, very interesting how technology moves that.
I think I want to. That's where the avenue I want to go, and I want to set up a
studio?
webcam studio. I'd love to take the Hill, Educate, Motivate podcast and make it a visual thing,
Yeah, currently what I do is I bring in some video game or some sort, just for the visual stimulation as we have the conversations.
That's true.
And the bubble there, what you can also do is make your bubble your best friend.
Is that because that's a discussion between me and you, Murakai, is that part of your bubble that you don't want to be on the camera, or?
Not 100%, because when we do have our camera works here, and when I do the editing, you will see the obvious edits in the videos. What if I'm on the camera and I'm looking left and cuts, I'm looking right,
You've got to rely more on our skill to have a better take rather than.
Yeah. But most of the time,
you can't cut It's better not to cut. Actually, those guys look. They just do it in one go.
There is cuts.
They leave everything in there.
Some YouTubers actually do cut their video scenes.
Okay.
And you can see them go through one set of topic.
Yeah.
And then cut.
And they re-record it.
Yeah. I'm trying not to do that currently, but perhaps maybe one day in the future, if you really want to do it, we can get a visual aid to say, people can see what we look like, maybe.
Yeah, that's right. And they got
Burmz is picking up my dog.
I got one of Muraka's dogs here.
Hey, honey, what's up, doggy? What's up, what's up, dog? What's up, dog?
What's up?
Yeah, Burmz love my puppies. Oh goodness. Yeah. So, anything else you want to talk about the bubble?
Yeah. So,
How about
setting that up would be good.
How about the concept of make the bubble your friend rather than your nemesis?
That's what I'm saying. Like, you can, it's your friend. You know, you shouldn't rush to extend your bubble, but give it consideration and try things that you don't normally would, but give it a lot of consideration before you do as well. Yeah. Sometimes you'll be in a position where you have to just like screw this. I need it's like fight or flight.
That's very nice.
And you got to make that decision. That's a real test.
I mean, what can hinder a bubble? That's what can we talk about? Like paranoia, maybe, or trust issues, or what else?
Bubble.
What can really diminish a healthy bubble?
I don't know. Like, I think it's a lot of pride. Things like pride and stuff. I feel like it's part of the bubble. Like, maybe, like you might be in a situation where you're going for a job and your employer is asking you to do some odd things, but sometimes it's a part of a test to you to see how hard you will go and how much you would do to get the job, But if you're too caught in a bubble and too proud to, step back and be humble and do what's required to show your commitment, and step outside of the bubble, then it might be the difference between you and getting that job,
Or meeting that someone.
Yeah, exactly. Meeting that special someone, you can't just go up to. I'm not an expert, so I can't. I'm still single, so I don't.
We're not the best relationship people to ask for advice for, but
no.
But I do extend my bubble a bit when I'm working. I do have nice discussions with very nice ladies every now and then. I say hello to them,
That's right. Yes.
Yeah, but I'm open to that, and especially the industry I'm in is the retail industry, and obviously you will have all walks of life come in and say hello to you. So,
And it's a lot easier for me to talk now because I could probably do like 10 podcasts now because I don't have a cold or anything like that. I can speak very easily.
Yeah, you said you had the cold last night.
Yeah, that was ages ago, and that cold didn't go away for a while.
So we have discussed about the issue of not having an extended bubble.
Yeah.
How about an loving bubble? How would that be to you, Burmz? Like,
a loose bubble.
Yeah, but we have a bubble which you're paranoid or have trust issues. How about the opposite of that?
Like a bubble that's you don't can't be measured.
Can't be measured. Yeah.
If it's too extended, I think a person that would show an undisciplined person. That would show no limits. You wouldn't know where was where. It would just be
everywhere, and you wouldn't be able to take care of yourself because everyone's coming into your bubble and say, "Hey, what's up?" And
there's no boundaries.
100 other people say the same thing each day to you.
Yeah,
I mean, usually the salespeople, right? They have a bubble and they're taught to be to extend the bubble and accept their clients and all that sort of stuff, right?
Yeah, for sure. But even as a salesperson, even though they're friendly and nice, you see there's a method to it, They control their bubble to a point where it's a disciplined display of professionalism and friendliness,
Yes, yeah.
You can't just
healthy bubble.
would you respond to a person that comes up to you and just starts straight away invades your personal space and starts touching you and like you know what I mean, like
we believe that if someone just approaches you from nowhere and says, "Hi, how are you?" You know, it depends how that's introduced. If you can introduce it really in a subtle way, or if you force ram it, it's like, "Oh, who's this person? You know, what do you want? You know, is this a jerk? What's going on?" You know.
That's right, and even if that's not a way to approach a bubble.
Yeah, because bubbles are also shields of some sort.
Everybody has different.
It's the guard. It's the guard.
Things.
If you penetrate the bubble and try attack the shield. No, the word attack is not the proper word. But if the person comes in and goes to the shield and is a little bit more forceful, you will feel uncomfortable. You feel like an invasion of space, personal space. So. That's why those people that go out there and introduce each other to each other, they do it more in a subtle way. I mean, there's like cold introduction and warm introduction. You know, cold introduction is like oh, this is a random stranger. And warm introduction is like from a friend. Hi, this is my friend. Say what's up. You know. Yeah.
That's right. It's and at the same time, you might be introducing someone to someone that, you know, who doesn't want to meet, really like to know new people, you know. Some people, see, there are a lot of people that want to know everybody in this world. They're here to have unlimited amount of friends, and there's no loyalty to any amount of those friends. But then there's people out there that have a nice small group of friends, and they really think hard before letting another person into that circle. You know, some people don't even have a group of friends, and they're just you know, they stick to themselves, and they do have some friends, but they're still quite guarded away from that.
Ideally, in the day, it's all upon you guys. What you think you create and what you resonate also comes back to you. So let's say if you wanted to just think to yourself, like, oh, it'd be nice to have a friend or two to come to my life, and next thing you know, a couple of days later, 2 random people will come to you and smile, and you guys have a little chit chat, you know. So your bubble is squarely in your lap, and you realize, if you think about it, is that you are entirely responsible for your own existence. Fascinating enough, Burmz.
You create your own life.
Create your own reality, yeah.
You create your own reality with your mind, your thoughts, your intentions. You will create your surroundings.
Okay, cool. So, you want to wrap it up, Burmz?
Yeah, let's wrap that up.
Right. Alright, so we're going to come to the podcast. We're going to ask each other some questions, and we'll get straight right to you with it. Okay, Burmz. Time to ask you the hot topic questions.
Oh, I'm scared.
Okay, so question number 8. Would you say you're more of an extrovert or an introvert?
I think I'm definitely an extrovert, but I'm kind of evolving into an introvert, but definitely extrovert.
It's interesting, when you're young, there's so many, and as you progress through life, yeah, okay. So we'll send the close up a bit. Question 10. What was the last show you binge watched?
Last show that I binge watched? I've been watching a lot of food shows on TV, like YouTube and Netflix. So Kitchen Nightmares by Gordon Ramsay, and there's another one where it's just about eating. So we're watching those food shows.
Be watching other people eat. Yes! Entertainment. Now, question number... what is that? 18? No, we have to get off this chronological order. What's your favorite quote from a TV show, movie, or book?
He ran up those stairs.
Ah, he shot me. Okay, how old were you when you had your first celebrity crush, and who was it? Dun dun dun!
Ooh, celebrity crush, how old? I don't know who came first, but definitely I'd have to say, like, you know, I think when Romeo and Juliet was out when I was young, I totally fell in love with Juliet.
Okay.
Claire Danes back in the day.
Cool.
But I also loved like Alyssa Milano
Oh yeah.
and Jennifer Love Hewitt. She was the best from Party of Five.
First celebrity crush, not third celebrity crush.
I see whichever came first. You go back and tell me which one was first, and that's it.
How about we ask Siri? Siri, which show appeared first?
I did.
I did. Siri. What activity instantly calms you?
Activity calms me. Is this a food theme or what? Probably eating, I say. Maybe eating or maybe smoking. I don't know.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, it's time for you to ask me these complicated questions. Come on, go for it.
The same
The
ones?
same one which I just asked you.
Okay, so what was the first? Where do we start?
There we go.
Okay, so Muramai, would you say you're more of an extrovert or an introvert?
I think I'm between both of them. Yeah. I'm not an absolute extrovert. Yeah, I'm not an absolute introvert. Maybe something right in between.
Okay, alright. And what was the last show you binge watched?
Currently, I'm watching a show on Netflix called Parasite. It's an anime, which is quite similar to Venom, but it's also a horror anime, so I don't really expect the young girls to enjoy it. But yeah, it can get pretty freakish if you don't know what the hell the story's about. You know?
Okay, excellent. And what's your favorite quote from a TV show, movie, or book?
That's a good question. The rich don't work for money. Money. How does that work? The rich don't work for money.
Is this from Rich Dad Poor Dad?
Yeah, it's from Rich Dad Poor Dad. Yeah, it's on the lines where the rich doesn't work for money. The rich have money work for money. You know,
Or money work for them.
money will have money work for them. Yeah. So each dollar is like an employee. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I remember reading that book. That's a good one.
Yeah, it was ages ago. Okay. Next.
How old were you when you had your first celebrity crush, and who was it?
Okay. Well, firstly, I was a teenager, and it was Sandra Bullock. So
But
hot.
Speed
Speed, yeah.
with
Ooh.
her and Keanu
Yeah,
Reeves.
Keanu Reeves, but she's got this attitude that's pretty cool.
Sandra is beautiful.
Yeah, Sandra Bullock, she's hot.
Miss Congeniality.
Yeah. A lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Yes. And last question: what activity instantly calms you?
What I like to do is, when I have my spare time, I like to color in those adult coloring books, the mandalas.
Mhm.
You know,
Oh yeah, I've seen your work.
Yeah, those.
Lovely.
Yeah, you just choose the right colors and go through the mandala and some
Beautiful.
nice soothing music in the background.
It's creative.
Awesome, and that's it from us. If you have any questions, please do ask. If you do enjoy our podcast, please subscribe, thumbs up, tell your friends, tell the world, and we'll get back to you next time.
Share, like, get us in it.
All good?
Leave a comment. 1,000 comments.
or make a little bot that makes 1,000 comments.
We don't want to be demonetized.
Who
Yes,
knows? Oh,
please.
okay. See you guys.
Thank you for listening. Please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and comment your questions below. Stay tuned.